Hello Aries, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, and I encourage those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel to do that now while I remember to say that. And and also I just want to say thank you to those of you who have also followed and liked me on my Facebook page when you've come across this video or any of my videos. So anyway, so if you do that, then you're able to keep in touch with whatever content I put out on both platforms. So some of them are going to be different on either platform, so that's why I'm mentioning both. So anyway, welcome. And also, while I remember is, if you're wanting to book a personal reading for you, I am taking bookings as well. So you'll find my contact details in the description box below, and to get a hold, and how you can get a hold of me to do that. The other thing is, before we get started, I just want to remind everybody that these messages that are coming through, or the readings, the messages are are general. So you may not fully understand what's going on, or you might not resonate with you, and so some of it may be more of a forecast for you, which is why it doesn't at the moment. However, some of you, it will not make any sense at all, and maybe not ever. So I just wanted to remind you of that. So if that happens, maybe check out one of your other signs, because this reading is for Aries, and whether you're watching for Aries and Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or Venus. So it's like, and I say and or because sometimes some of us like, I follow my sun sign. I'm a Gemini, but my other signs and connected with the other parts of, my emotional soul and love side of things are three different signs. And some people have like all Pisces, or three Pisces and another sign, or whatever. Or, Aries and three different signs as well, or you could be Aries and something else. So it's worth checking out, just to get, so you can get a more comprehensive overview of what's going on, especially if you're not really sure if this one doesn't resonate so much with you, okay? Or you can check out somebody else that does the same sort of thing. Anyway, those are just the options. So today I'm going to be using my tarot card as my trusty tarot deck, also my the Earth Oracle deck, as well as the angels are there on a standby if they're if I feel like they need to, or they're wanting to say something, express themselves. So, but that's mainly these two for today. And also I've changed the crystals in the background here, we're just going to, Spirit and I, we're just going to do things a little bit differently, because there's been an energy shift and an energy change, and like with everything, things change, so we've got to go with the flow of it in order to grow and move forward and transform all those sorts of amazing things, and into a transition into something new for us, as we're moving through life. Okay, so they're just like, I'm just waiting to hear what they're going to say. So, where are they going to go? Okay, so now we're starting with these tarot cards at first, okay? At the moment, so I'm just noticing I'm clearing my throat. I'm clearing my throat a lot lately. And I've just done Gemini, and their throat's really clear. I'm a Gemini, so I kind of get that. But to be coming through in here with yours as well. So there may be something that you're not expressing yourself about, there's something going on. So, well, you just can't, okay, I'm hearing some of you just can't make sense of what is going on. So it's actually really hard to express yourself about and, articulate what's going on. Okay, cool. Well, not so cool sometimes, but it's cool. But in one way, because I feel like there's some sort of, there's movement, and that's what that Spirit is saying. There's some sort of movement, and you just can't make sense of it because not all the clues are there at the moment. So there's some things, you're still moving, but they're just saying, still move, keep going. And it's not like holding off or holding back. There's something moving. So I don't know where I'm going with that one now. And that's kind of where this energy, because I've just split the deck in two. And I don't know why I did that. So it's kind of it's not, yeah, and I'm looking at them, I'm thinking, oh, so some of yous there's regeneration with the Eight of Cups in the bottom of the deck there. So I'm actually going to pull that out and start the reading off with that, because there's something that like with some emotional stuff, there's like you've piled it all up, and like some of it has been, you know, you've worked through there, and it's like you're just going to get on with, it's in the background, it's behind you, okay, but there's still something that you're not, okay, it's behind you, even though you haven't fully comprehended what is going on. It's like you're not going to let that get in your way. So even though the mountain and the hill, you know, mountain, there's a mountain in front of you, and the energy is quite looks quite bare and bleak, you know, and hard, hard you wonder, but it's like I feel like they're just saying to like switch that perspective that's running around in your head, because it needn't be like that, okay. It's what you make of it, okay, because I'm just hearing like, because it's everything is behind you, but it's in the, if you look at what's flowing, the water's flowing down, so the water is, you know, cups obviously, and about emotions and feelings, so it's getting yourself in check with that. On the other hand, the other side of that is work is underway with the Two of Wands, so there's something moving, and maybe you're just not seeing it, okay. And so what I'm hearing is that, you know, there's something that's moved, you've got something started. Or something is trying to get through to start, but you know, or somebody's trying to get through to help you move this energy, move yourself into this space, and like it's like you're moving and you're getting on with it. You've left it there, but it's like a drag. And I'm just hearing like with this one here, the Two of Wands. It's like it doesn't need to be like that, but it's like you've turned it into that. So, but there's also for some of you there's that going on, but there's a shift or a change in that. So. And in between that, there's also another group of yous that are connecting in, that are coming in, is that it's showing you that actually you've done really well and you're moving through it, and it's like working on letting that go, and also, you know, taking action and moving things. So they just want to say to you that things are moving for you, okay? And then there's this card here, the next one that fell out through the shuffle, is that kind of, yeah, is there's like this with the five is a loss of wealth or faith. Now it's in reverse position, so I'm just wondering, I'm just going to ask them what they're meaning by that. So where's that going with this reading, because it's kind of like feeling a little bit jointed, and maybe that's what's happening with you. You're feeling a little bit disjointed with things, and it's like, what the hell, because you're okay, because maybe some of you, your finances are like up and up and up and then down, up and then down, so they're turning around, up down. So they maybe for some of you is like a little bit, you know, down. So you may be having a sense of loss of, you know, that loss of wealth or faith in, you know, in what is going on around you, and in creating, you know, money, and that's that, you know, with something that you've already started. So I'm hearing is like to shift that perspective though on saying that, and like, because I'm moving it that way. For me, it's moving on, okay? But I'm going to turn it up that way because it's like up the correct way. But I do feel like for some of you, because the King of Cups has fallen out, so there's something, you know, like going back to this one here, is not allowing yourself to be caught up in the emotion and stop you from creating your future, because this is what it is, and getting a bomb up your backside and just going, or just clearing your head and like just going with it. And it's, you know, it's like with all of us, we've all got a past, but it's like not letting that past stop us from moving forward, or as in whatever direction we're moving. But also, you know, it's that momentum is like, it may be sometimes because we get into that funny space, sometimes when something pops up or reminds us of something, we kind of slow down. So it's keeping, because this is also about passion and motivation, and let that be the thing that that grabs you. And so a friend of mine says to me last week, she's really funny, and I've not heard this expression before. She says, you know what, Lesley, I think you're going to be the fork up my ass that's going to get me going. And I'm like, I've not heard that, so I just burst out laughing, of course. And sometimes we, you know, we need that fork up our ass to get moving, or somebody maybe on saying that somebody may be coming around you to give you that, you know, that little bit of encouragement from something that you've been sitting on, you know, for a little while, an idea, or you know, or just getting motivated and shifting into like new work or a business or whatever, and or out of home or in home or whatever, some sort of movement, whatever it is for you, or in a relationship or out of relationships, because I'm hearing the word commitment with that as well. So because the King of Cups has come in, and he's one to, like, you know, love to do this, or would love to get into a relationship, and I'm hearing him expanding it right out to business or whatever, or growth or job or something or rather, into something. But I'm going into, but he like has this fear that things are going to go wrong within the relationship. So it's like there's a sense of non-committal because of that. So this is where they're going with not allowing you to let your emotions get in the way. And it's like, but it's like, you know, weighing it up basically, and not and if you're going to let them get in the way, let them get in the way, and then the sense of like pushing you forward, moving you forward into exploring it, you know, at least exploring it to see where you can go with it. And that, okay. And also hearing too is about making decisions like in the moment of how you feel, okay? And so it's like being mindful that you're not always making decisions based on emotions, or you're like, even as much as far as deciding to go out or go to a party or go and do something, an event or whatever, because you're feeling like now, and you're feeling like upset now, but you're remembering that you may not be feeling like that in 2-3 days, 2 months, 2 years time, or 2 weeks time. It's like being mindful that you're not making decisions based on an emotional, you know, or how you're feeling in that moment on saying that, because it's like that, you know, it's like skipping out of that moment and you know, putting that aside, centering and grounding yourself into feeling what the actual where you're going into the future, actually what that looks like. Okay, so because they're showing me like a wall, or you know, that balance, and there's something in the space in between. It's like finding that space in between, okay, that clarity. It's like, and rather than having all this mongol stuff, which means to me that encouraging like meditation, or in some way or form, whether you might be going for a walk, maybe your meditation, like walking meditation to clear your head, shift your focus on whatever it is going on, or going for a run, going to the gym, and, you know, to whatever it is, get out whatever out of your system, and then coming back or whatever and doing your meditation, or it could be in that moment. Okay, so because then we have, you know, the Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Pentacles. And that's in reverse. So there may be, because there's something new coming up. There's a new gift, or a financial gift or opportunity that's coming up, that's being handed out literally. So I'm going to turn that up the right way for you, because it's something, when we're in that space, sometimes we can miss the moment, or feel like we've missed the moment in that sense. So it's kind of like, no. And because then we have the last 2 cards that they've fallen out together. So the first 2 were the 8 of Cups and the 2 of Wands. And the last 2 is the King of Swords and the 10 of Swords. So with the 10 of Swords, there's something, you know, something comes to an end with the way that you're thinking, and, you know, which will help with your energy-wise, I'm hearing. Because I'm feeling like more, I'm always looking and feeling like when I'm doing these readings is putting it on a positive side of things, but on saying that, you know, we all have free will. So there's, and, you know, this is a choice thing as well. Because I have we have the King of Swords, who is an authority figure, who is firm, but fair. So there's a sense of like, there's a choice there you need to make to step into that role, or, you know, or let someone who is that type of person to help you shift into that, you know, being that, or taking notice of that as well, to bring that side out of you so you can keep moving. So because there's an end of a phase, because this, you know, so you can see those. things coming up, and allow yourself, maybe you see it and you allow it, but you don't allow yourself to go and take it because of this, that side here, but also because of that, it's like getting that in your way, because there could be in your mind, it's like, oh, well, what if it doesn't work, and blah, 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 or what if, whether it be a relationship, a business, a job, or whatever, it's like, this is like backing yourself, basically. So it's like, okay, step into your king role and be fair on yourself, be firm on yourself, and bring out, get tough on yourself, because that way you're going to be, you're going to see like it's all, a load of bull crap, those thoughts, and you're going to get past it, and you're going to leave all that shit behind, because once you move forward, there's an end of a situation or a phase with the Ten of Swords. This King of Swords is coming here to help you push past that, to move through that. So now I'm going to, shuffle these. So there's something about unity, where you may be involved, and maybe somebody might come in and help you, and there may be some sort of unity in that way to help you maneuver your way through it. So I'm going to put that one there on the selenite. This is red selenite there, so with that one, because it is the first one out. And then doing things in moderation. So there may be something like this, goes back to the Five of Pentacles. So there could be, there's a few things going on there. So in moderation as well. So whatever that is for you. It may be that you're needing to, like, do things, be moderate in what you're doing for something. There may be an activity that you're doing, or a habit that you're doing that you're wanting to break free of, and maybe that's, there's something like that for some of you, and there's something to do with absence. I'm hearing some of you maybe absent-minded, that maybe that sort of thing, or there's somebody that's in your absence that you're wanting to connect with that's not really around. So, but you can do that for yourself. But it's like you're letting your emotions get in the way from sorting something out, so you can move forward. Something about efficiency. There's a side of you that is very efficient. So maybe there's a lack of that within you. Like you're maybe not being a little bit, some of you, I feel, maybe a little bit too stalwart in with that. So it may be like finding that balance and not being overly, going into that space too much. It's like having a little bit of a, like, chill out in a sense. And some of you may be like needing to increase that, be a little bit more effective and efficient with yourself, with what you're doing in life. Well, maybe you're not seeing that you're doing that in life, but it's, with your time and your space and how you, so it seems to be like a little bit of, maybe for some of you, is it a readjustment with things in that way. Because productivity has come up as well. So you're feeling that you're going to be a little bit more productive in whatever it is that you're doing. All around, it's really about your life as a whole, basically. But there's some things, sometimes it's like, well, we've got to, it's not all, we've got to, it's like putting it across the board, okay, spreading that energy, like, being effective and efficient and productive in all areas of life. But usually when we're, what I'm hearing, or usually when we are, when we are feeling in that way and being in that way within ourselves, it's like it emanates out everywhere, like, and this is where the word usually comes in, unless we've got a block or something over this way or that way. So, well, I guess what they're talking about is like replicating that in all areas of your life. Okay. Wow, that's pretty cool. Awesome. I can heed those words of advice myself, actually. Take those, and it's because it's something that for me, and I haven't got Aries in my sign, but I love the messages because I can relate to that. Wow. Anyway. Yeah, so check out those. Red selenite for you is, about, because I've noticed when I've put the cards, but they're not as specific as where I would, but they've come out in that order. So if it's red selenite, clear quartz crystal, amethyst and citrine, okay? So basically red selenite, just to give you a quick overview, is, it helps to enhance flexibility, creativity, both at the home and in the workplace or business. It helps people to work together and can be used to encourage children to help with chores and do their homework. So let's try that on some adults, shall we? But it's also, it helps one to have that feeling of a better self-image. And if you're in your own business, it's like, red selenite is also helpful to encourage people to buy. Okay, so interesting. So it's also a protective stone. It shields a person or space from outside influences, so that's really good, and it can evoke a protection from the angelic realm, and help to clear or dispel, negative energy. So that's really, I'm just reading a few of my notes that I've got there. And it also, selenite actually helps to, I've found it helps to calm and soothe, bringing a deep sense of peace, of peace and tranquility. So it's lovely around your home. I'm glad I found a bigger piece, because it's my smaller pieces of the white, the pearl essence sort of selenite. I have a lot of that around. But this one's brought another deeper sense of peace and tranquility and balance in a way. So it's also interesting because I use it on my decks of cards as well. Place one on there in between to help clear and dispel. But it's like, and also they're helpful and useful for grids, if you're into grids or you would like to get into grids. But basically that's what, selenite and the keywords there that I'm hearing from to share with you. So yeah, have a Google or have a, read up about it if you, in your spare time, about that, so you can get a better understanding with the unity and the moderation, why that's in that space. But also it's in between the clear quartz as well. So clear quartz is helpful, and it's a master healer basically. It helps to amplify energy by absorbing, restoring, storing and releasing and regulating energy. Okay, so it's kind of, there's similar benefits and helpful energies to help with both of them there. And it's said to also actually help with concentration, which is why I have it a lot, and memory. Well, it also helps with the immune system and to balance out your entire body, which I use a lot for chakra healing for myself and with others around in the room. And it's often like, when I often pair it up with different other crystals as well to help expand actually the energy out to with other crystals as well as that crystal. So the clear quartz to amplify, that's what it is. The energy of that crystal, of clear quartz, as well as others. So, and often I will either sit that on top of a bigger piece or a smaller piece within that piece there. And then we have amethyst, which is an incredibly protective and healing and purifying crystal. It's helped to rid the mind of negative thoughts and bring forth humility, sincerity, and spiritual wisdom. It also helps to promote sobriety. I use it to, sometimes I have it to, when I've got a lot of stuff going on in my mind, and it creates a little bit of insomnia or my mind thoughts running around in my mind. So it helps with that. It helps also with understanding dreams as well. With that, so you can meditate with that or sleep with it if you're going through a spate of dreams, and it'll be a good one. It's also said to help boost the hormone production, cleanse blood, and relieve pain and stress. So the last one with citrine it helps to bring about joy, wonder, and enthusiasm to every part of your life. It's also said to help release negative traits from your life, like fear. and in turn helps, you know, with when it's doing that, of course, in turn it's going to help us to encourage more optimism, warmth, motivation, and clarity around us. And it's also claimed to enhance mindful qualities like creativity and concentration as well. So it's also one that helps with abundance as well. So it's a nice one, like to put together with an abundance, and also like as well as carnelian. Cool. So anyway, I'm going to leave all that information with you, lovely Arians. Like I say, if you're like wanting to book a reading with me, a personal, obviously more personal and specific to you, please get in contact with me. And my details are in the description box below. So we're going to leave that with you with lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy from my spiritual team. And we shall see you next week on Monday. So today is Monday the 10th of August, and this reading is for, well, it could go for the following week. We'll see what happens. Is, you know, for this week of the 10th of August. Okay, anyway, bye for now. We'll see you next Monday.